a follow-up to last year's mentoring program because there's still need, there always will be. And so I volunteered with Kelly and Kim Daly to help build this program. And actually, these women immediately came to mind for me because of things that have happened in the past, conversations that have transpired. So I'm going to tell you who they are, and then we'll have a conversation. We're not going to be breaking into groups, it's a conversation, it's Q&A. If you want to move your chair and come closer, come closer. If you can't hear, speak up because we also have AV problems in here. And then we have lighting problems because there's no light here. So we're trying to, stage light from the side. So, who's talking tonight? Paula Martinez-Nobles. Paula graduated from Penn State with a Bachelor of Architecture Engineering and a minor in Architectural Studies. She joined FMS in 2005 with its technical, logical, artistic, and social balance to her projects. She is always mindful of the role lighting plays in persuading the user's perception and emotion in the space and how these vary with culture as much as the program. Paula's eye for composition and appreciation for highlights and shadows come from her love of photography and painting. She is fluent in Spanish and English, and she's a mother of 3 witty, high-spirited girls. Oh, yeah. Josie Anthony. Josie is the former president and founder of Leia Coats USA, and she's been in the industry over 30 years. Before establishing Leia Coats USA, she was vice president of sales for IPI, where I worked for her, which was a distributor of European lighting and furniture. A native of Italy, she has a well-rounded educational and cultural background with a master's in French and degrees from the Sorbonne in Paris and Hunter College in New York. Josie is well-known in the industry. An outstanding leader, she is focused with a very strategic approach. Her plan is to bring both existing and new lighting companies to North America. And Josie was nominated in 2014 New Jersey Best 50 Women in Business Awards. Morgan Evans, who I'm sure none of you know, because she's not lighting. So this is a safe space. Okay? Morgan is an organizational design consultant who works with a range of clients to create clear systems of support and accountability for culture, values, and people-related operations. With an MS in organizational change management, she is a trained mediator, an experienced facilitator, and a community organizer. Previously, she was a full-time employee at Etsy where for over 7 years she played a crucial role in fostering a cultural and healthy organizational culture during a time of rapid company growth. She is passionate about designing processes that enable organizations to tackle complex challenges, to see mistakes as opportunities, and to give effective feedback. I invited Morgan to come because of his skill set, because I think many of our firms don't have this kind of discipline. Because I wanted someone to bring closure, identification, comment on what we'll be talking about, questions you might have. Paula and Josie are going to share their backgrounds, their experiences, and they'll soon learn why Josie, although she wasn't my role model specifically, I watched what she did and then I did it. So Josie's going to talk to us, and Paula's going to talk to us. Morgan's going to jump in with questions and comments. And Morgan already brought up a very good suggestion initially, which was to ask, what do you guys hope to get out of this tonight, this conversation? Why are you here?
I want to learn how to better organize teams. Basically,
How to better organize
teams within the office, how to promote a healthy work environment with a team, how to be a successful team leader in not just making sure that the projects are studied efficiently, but also to make sure that people are having fun and are enjoying their times. That's what I want to learn.
Jane?
The result of taking risks.
Rebecca?
Yes. I
I would like to hear about being sort of in the middle level where you're both a mentor to people below you and also still need mentorship from those above you and how to deal with those relationships and get what you need out of both of them.
I came to this country in 1969, so it was a long time ago. I was 17 years old. So it was a very dramatic experience just because I didn't speak English. I came with my parents and my brother. I was put in like 9th grade when I came, and usually like 9th grade, 14 years old. And at the time I also was engaged to be married when I was in Italy, so it was like, very childish kids around me. When I came to the United States, it was a major shock because my sister stayed in Italy, all of my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, cousins, and so on and so forth. But the other thing was my parents did not want me to go to school. The only other thing was to work. I went to work in a factory. And so there was this lady that said to my mother, "What are you kidding me? You know, she's 17 years old. She does work." So she basically made me go to school. And also, I think it was illegal at the time to work in a factory if you were not 18 years old. So I started to go to school and working, after school. I tried to finish high school within 2.5 years. The problem was that there was no bilingual education. And if there is no bilingual education, because the fact you don't speak English, as a result, you were treated like not very nicely. That sort of motivated me to excel and to work really, really hard. And I think that was the first step to basically say, okay, I'm going to really work hard and I'm going to excel. So that was my first step. Then after I finished high school in 2.5 years, okay, what do I do? My parents obviously did not believe in a girl going to college. Because you're supposed to have a profession. I mean, you become a seamstress or hairdresser or whatever.
Here in the U.S.
But in Italy, and obviously because they were
Yeah.
exactly. Luckily, I got a scholarship, but I could not go away to college. I had to stay, at home. I had to live at home. So I lived in upstate New York, in Portland. So there was Portland State University, so I lived at home and went to school at the same time. And I graduated in like 3.5 years. After that, I went to school in Paris at the Sorbonne. And when I came back, I got married, I moved to New York. There was another major culture shock. Living upstate New York versus New York City. Oh my God, it was horrible. But anyway, so then I started to work. I worked in a bank, Credito Italiano. I worked at Alliance Française. I worked different jobs. It was in 1985 that I finally basically saw the light. I started to work with a lighting company Megan was working with me at the time. I basically started, importing different products from Italy. What was interesting was really, really, really the hard work, because when you work for, especially Italian companies, all of the people, the owners of the company, they're all male dominated. And there was like no female dominance whatsoever. So like you would go to the office and like if you're a girl, you have to serve coffee, get me water, do this, and I felt really, really uncomfortable with that. They absolutely no respect whatsoever for the women. It was very, very uncomfortable. The only way basically to get the respect is to work your butt off and to show them that you are capable to work as hard as the men, and that you are able to succeed also in business. So I had to constantly prove myself that I was able to do that. It was in 1991 actually that I resigned from IBI, and I started the owner of Lecus, Mr. Camillo, gave me the opportunity to start Lecus. And he was really a huge gentleman. There are not many people like that. And so basically he made me president of Nobles. And I remember one of my colleagues actually was from Plus. He called me and he goes, Josie, you made history because like women president, unheard of, you know. From that point on, it was, you know, like I made history, that was great. But you constantly have to prove yourself year after year after year. If somebody that had the same position in Italy would make a mistake, it was acceptable, no problem. If I would make the same mistake here, I would be out. And it was given to me very, very clearly. 2 years later, there was Italy filed bankruptcy, the Italian company. In the US, nobody knew anything about it. I was able to hold everything together because we were, quote unquote, the cash cow, the company. Luckily, I was able to overcome that. So then the company was sold, and we just kept on going on and on. So I basically developed the company from when I started it. We had like no business to a $10 million company until two years ago. And that's when I decided to basically leave the company after 26 years.
Of growing the company, of being the company,
Yeah.
of working the company.
And up to that point, because I was approached by many, many people, including Plus, by the way, to run the US division, and I always basically said no, because my loyalty to the people. So, and now I started my own company. So, there are three things that I wanted to mention. One is, what are the three main characteristics of success in business? In my opinion, okay, one is hard work, determination, never give up. The third one is love what you do. Never look at the monetary value. You should not be in this industry. I mean, unless you love what you do, it just doesn't make sense, you know, to get up in the morning and just keep on doing what you do, day after day. I have two girls. One is 35, the other one is 30, and they're both working. And I think I instilled both the same value in them. They love what they're doing, and they're very, very proud of their work. I think the other thing, my staff at Legos, they were with me for like 20, 25 years. Most of them. There was the other question that you had. What are the three most important characteristics of a successful manager? Respect your employees, communication, and leadership. So those are, in my opinion, for you to keep on capturing the loyalty of your employees. They have to be part of the growth of the company because especially for an international company like ours, we were basically on our own. I always, I did my own thing in the United States, because if I left it up to them, forget it. I really think that when you get up in the morning, you really need to be excited about what you are doing, and you really have to constantly be motivating yourself. And you really, it's a constant thing, especially as women. You have to work harder. Nothing comes easy, unfortunately. Nothing comes easy.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Do you guys have any questions?
Well, let's, a couple things I'm not sure you got that, but Josie came here, didn't speak English, went to high school, placed well in advance of her capabilities. The other thing that I thought was fascinating was not only was she in a male-dominated business, but because she was in the south of Italy,
Yes.
where you're not respected, period, because you're in the south of Italy, while you're in Italy, there were all these incredible obstacles. And I didn't neglect to say that she did, because there was so much to read, jump through the fact that you started your second company, JB Lighting.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I think for a change of pace and maybe generations, one time Paula said something to me that I thought was very interesting about how being a mom to 3 girls and being a daughter and being a wife, a lot of those behaviors, those instincts lend themselves to being a team leader at FMS. And that's what stuff when we talk, so that's why I'm here.
So I live in a house with 7 people. And it's a small house. But I have my 3 daughters, my husband, and my mother and father who live with me. So there's a whole support network that helps raise these girls, that helps support me, that helps support my husband. He is mostly the stay-at-home dad. He's the one that takes them to school, picks them up from school. He's the one that if somebody calls out sick, he runs down the block, goes, gets them, and brings them home. But he's also a serial entrepreneur, and so he's got his own projects that he does, which means that there's many times in the year that he also travels. I have been a Fisher Rhinestone for 14 years. I'm an associate principal there, and I also travel a lot. So last week I was in Chile, next week I'm in Hong Kong. And fortunately that it's really difficult when you have a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 2-year-old. But I can't do any of that if I didn't have my husband, if I didn't have my mom and my dad that all participate in this big scheme. But it's, to me, what I was telling Megan is sometimes mentoring for me is easy because I'm always taking care of people at home too. And the fact that I'm with my kids, that I have to teach them, that I have to let them play it out, that I have to let them try things, actually is very similar to how I run my team in the office. And it's actually very sweet, but a lot of the office is here right now because you know that they're also extremely supportive to me. And I have learned that some of those skills that I acquired from just being a mom and realized that those transfer into the workplace, but they absolutely do. It means that I can sit with a designer and I can listen to what are their needs, right? What is it? How is it that they learn? How is it that they are inspired? How is it that? What are the kind of projects that they want to work for or work with? And I can try to help them navigate their careers the same as I've been able to navigate mine. And it's not that I've been able to do that by myself. I've had mentors in the office that don't know that they've been my mentors, right? The first couple of months in the office, I was working with someone who would use words like in situ. What the hell does that mean? But I realized that, okay, I come from this background of an urban life. My parents were both immigrants to this country, to New York. They met here, got married here. And I used to joke that English was my second language because it was. It's not really a joke, but it is. It's my second language. And that was my defense mechanism in my first year in the office when I felt like, oh, I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what you mean by that. What the hell is that? It's in situ. I've never heard that word in my life. But it's really amazing how being put against somebody who's like, Paulita, you can figure out what that means. You go Google it or go like work it out in your head. And it's like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And so slowly that became my norm, and you know, now I use the word institute because there's no other word that can replace it. But one other thing that I thought was important to mention is the idea that yes, you can have mentors anywhere. They don't need to know that they're your mentor. You can mentor anybody. They don't need to be in your team. It's just listening. It's just talking. It's networking. Half of the women in this room I've searched out because I like to have personal one-on-one conversations, and that's easy for me. I don't love talking in big groups because that's a little scarier for me, but if I have to do it, I have to do it. But what's really nice is being able to have a support network just because they're there. We're all trying to do the same things. We're all trying to have a career. We're all trying to have a life. We all want to go home, have a life aside from just this. But it is a passion. At least that is why I'm in it. It's not about the money for me. It's exciting. It's being able to travel around the world. I love traveling around the world. And that was something very early on in my career, at least at FMS, I knew I could afford to do that, not money-wise, but this company will allow me to travel around the world on its dime, looking at projects around the world, which was super exciting for me. And I try to see if, you know, my day-to-day experiences, I try to take opportunities and see what it is that Amy is excited about, right? Like, all right, what is it that you want to do? Let's see you try it. Let's, you know, put her out there or anybody else in the office, right? And I think the ability to be a mentor is not because you're assigned that role or because there's a mentoring program per se. It's just talking. It's just having communication, having relationships, right? That's all it is. It's just a relationship.
Morgan, have you heard anything that you want to address, or do you have a question? What question do you want? Yeah.
Well, there's a lot. I like jotted down some questions or some themes that I heard you'll speak about. But yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me, this outsider in your space. I often find myself, I'm like a process person in the sense that I like creating like scaffolding for connection and dealing with tough things. So I actually am no stranger to the experience of being the only person who doesn't know anything about the job that everyone in the room knows about. But I feel like you both talked about this idea of like what I wrote down as culture shock, just like having to, I don't know, acclimatize yourself to the language being used in the industry or to English being spoken when you're 17, starting high school like at the wrong time. And I'm wondering like how you translate the skills you've built and like navigating culture shock on your own, like how you translated that into your career. Because it sounds like something that's probably given you strength. Yeah. I'd love to hear more.
I think for me it's just been about listening.
Yeah.
I feel like that very first year in the office, I had to get used to talking like a business person. I had no idea what that meant. And I still don't know what it means, but I had to get used to this idea of I had to almost hide my urban speak and put it away. And that was my Philadelphia accent and somewhat Hispanic accent, but not really. I don't have a strong accent. But I had to hide it. I had to suppress it. And it's funny because, you know, some of my designers, some of our teammates laugh because as soon as you get me on the phone with a contractor and I start to get angry, that urban comes out and it works in my favor.
Yeah.
So, you use it as a strength.
I mean, for me, it's really determination. It just builds, you know, character, determination. I mean, it's the opportunity that you basically, when you come from another country and you see so many opportunities in this country that you don't have. And even now, there are no opportunities there. So, and you want to just grab it and you just go with it, you know, which is amazing that we have the opportunities here.
Yeah. How does another thing that came up with this idea of respect and giving it to the people you manage? So how did you muster the ability to give respect when you didn't get it?
To me, it comes very easy because that's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
My parents were very, very respectful people. They were both factory workers. We never raised their voice to anybody. So there was like, it's seamless. You know, why would I want not to respect the people that work for me? You know, it's like you do to others, whatever that expression is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and therefore, you know, if you're working with these people as a team, you do want it to respect them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really, really important.
Yeah.
There's instances where, yes, you don't feel respect. Maybe you don't feel heard. You have to dust it off and take it for what it is and don't get lost in the emotional aspect of it. And I don't say that as a female, I say that as just a person. Men get emotional, just the same, which is why sometimes they can be asses. Yeah, just not take it personal and not think of it as anything more than just somebody losing their cool.
Yeah.
dust it off and be able to react, be a bigger person.
Paula, you spoke about the skills you cultivated being a parent, being a mom, like translating like seamlessly to the way that you manage your team. How do you, and then you all like, we'll spoke about like having your own lives, like traveling. How do you, like, what does work-life balance look like? Or is it, I've also been hearing like that phrase.
I mean,
it's
for
not
her
hard.
it's much easier. She has her father, mother, husband, aunts, nobody. My parents were in Italy. They went back to Italy after they abandoned my brother and I here. They said bye-bye. So I had no support. My husband was the only one. We had no one. So it's really hard, and we had this conversation. It is so important to have somebody that you can depend on. We had no one. So that's having somebody that is your support, for you, if you have a family, if you have kids. If you don't, then it's a different story. But if you have kids, you really want to depend on someone in case there is an emergency, because what are you going to do otherwise? You know what I mean? So that is really, really critical. Yeah. Now that my daughter lives very close to us, we live in Western New Jersey, and my older daughter has 3 children, so that's why we live very close by, so it's easy. If she needs something, obviously I'm going to help her, But she depends on her father much more than she depends on me. She trusts her father more. But it's an important thing,
I think it's a balancing act.
Yes, it is.
You can't have it all.
Juggling.
And it's a lot of juggling. And, at least for our family, it's trying to be there when you absolutely are needed to be there. Even this morning, I keep telling everybody around the room, I can do the girls' hair if you just walk them down the block so I can drink coffee. It's trying to figure out, like, okay, Bryson, I'm going to hang out with my mom for an hour and a half and just talk girl talk because she needs it, because she's been dealing with our kids for the last 3 hours by herself. So for us, it's a lot of balancing. And so as easy as it is, because my dad goes and gets the groceries and my mom's there, it's emotionally also, you have to be there for a lot of people. And it doesn't stop at home.
You're managing
in the
another
office
team.
too.
As soon as you get home, you do that 100%.
Yeah.
Someone spoke about or asked a question about managing, or I wrote down like managing up and managing down, like what it's like to be in the middle. And I wanted to hear, it seems like both of you have like risen through the ranks, started your own company, been in senior leader positions. What changes did you need to make, or like what extra work did you need to do to sort of like have a seat at this table versus that table? Can you talk about sort of like your career evolution in terms of getting leadership jobs?
So there was one question that Megan had sent out to us. It was, did you expect to be here at this point in your career, something along those lines? And I, absolutely not. I thought that I was going to be a designer for a couple of years, have kids, move back to Philadelphia, perhaps have a house, and be an art teacher. That's just in my head. First couple of years, but that's what I thought I would do, something that was a lot more low-key. And business-wise, I wanted nothing to do with anything of that kind of role. And then probably somewhere, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, I started having girls, and they started to get older and realizing design is great, it's a lot of fun, but I'm actually good at this managing thing. And my parents used to joke when I was a little kid, any little activity that we would do, they would ask me where my clipboard was at. Because I would act like a project manager. We were like painting the living room. So it started to feel natural and it started to feel exciting. And I say this in our office as well, it's kind of great that we have the ability in my 14 years that I've been able to almost change careers within our same office. I don't know that every career has that ability. I know that we have, or that I have. And it keeps it exciting, it keeps it different. I'm not absolutely doing exactly what I started doing 14 years ago. So that, and there's been mentors in the office, guys even, that have said, do whatever it is you want to do. What do you want to get out of this? What are you trying to do? And I've asked for, okay, well, I'm running this team, so I want a seat at the table to affect change. I want to affect how this company looks like in 10 years. So I've had those conversations, and I've had a really great support in the office throughout the leadership ranks in the office to say, we do want you to be a part of that table. So it's pretty great.
Jane, do you want to put a specific question to Morgan to get to the issue?
Is there anything you would have done differently? Both of
Oh, I would not have changed anything.
you?
Nothing. The only thing, I would have started my company earlier.
So the company that you have right now,
Yes.
did you have to put the capital for that? And how?
Believe it or not, when I started the company, which was only a year and a half ago, and people say, you are going to be crazy at your age, starting, like from scratch, basically. I did not. I started a company, and this is the first full year, I'm almost at $3 million in sales. I did no capital whatsoever, and I left a lot of money, obviously, when I was making it. There was, again, it's determination. Respect from the people that I work, and I said, I'm not going to take any shit, from anybody anymore.
You've earned it, my goodness.
So the Italian company that I work with, which is one of them is Studio Italia Design, and the other is Barovia Toso. And I mentioned earlier, Barovia Toso is one of the company. They never had a distributor in the United States. I am the only one, the first one. And the company is 723 years old. So they've never had it because they didn't believe in a distributor, but they said, well, you were so successful with Lepos, I'm sure you're going to do a great job for us. So it's really working with people that really respect you. And I'm saying, and Italians, and I'm sure there are some of you out there that understand what the Italian mentality is. It is not easy working with Italians. So I really feel like I am done with nonsense, you know what I mean?
So does it feel good?
Oh my God. It's like, every morning I say, oh my God, this is a great day. Yeah, so I wish I'd done it long because it really had affected my health for a while. So I'm perfectly fine now.
Was there something, you mentioned it was like a matter of respect and not getting what you needed.
Oh yes.
But the courage to do that after 26
years.
What was there something, how did you get the courage to finally,
oh my God.
talk about risks?
It is basically 2 years ago during Euroluce, something happened. And I said, that's it, I'm done. I came back to the United States, it was in April. I wrote my letter of resignation, and that was it. So the bottom line is, again, the respect is really, really important, especially when you start a company and work for the company for 26 years. And my staff was amazing. Basically, there was several people. They worked for me for between 20 and 25 years. They say something, right? I would think.
Yeah. Right.
And it's not that they could not get other jobs.
And not to underestimate, but something you said, your staff.
Yeah.
I don't undervalue everybody in the office that helps run a team, run a project, and that is so important to give them things, give them props, tell upper management how much this person is doing so that you can do what you're doing. And it's recognizing how much all those people help.
Exactly. It's teamwork.
It's teamwork. And people are going to work who they like working.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to work well for somebody who treats them well.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to work with somebody who doesn't appreciate the hours of work that they put in.
Exactly.
Can you talk a little bit more about how you cultivate teamwork? We talked about building a fun team or people that what do you do remembering? How do you remember to thank people or send them a gift or how do you cultivate that practice?
Okay, for me, for instance, I would do like luncheons very frequently.
Yeah.
We would do lunch on a Friday,
Yeah.
as an example. Why you guys laughing? Because you do the same thing.
It's
We
like
would,
nourishment.
yeah, we would go out, on occasion, we would just go out. Like even with my sales organization, like, I would do incentive trips, like to Italy, as an example.
Yeah.
We would do that very, very frequently, which everybody really, really appreciates it. I would send them, baskets, if somebody had a baby, I would send them gifts. I mean, things like that, and it was not a big deal, but it was the thought that counts,
Yeah.
So recognition,
Yes.
it's an important thing.
Also hearing out what it is that those people want to do.
The relationships are really, really important and that's one of the reasons I was not ready to leave the industry, because, you develop such close relationships that they become part of your family. So,
Did we address some of the stuff that you wanted to talk about, or talking about that? There were also some other questions, but I'm curious to have them anyways. What do you want from mentoring? What would make your lives or jobs easier? And because your job is your life, I guess it's what would make your life easier. Can you articulate what you want from mentoring? Or other questions you might have for any of the women sitting here? Can you ask for mentoring in an office? Do you just watch?
I have a situation. So in my office, the people who are working under me are actually older and more experienced in many ways than I am. And I'm trying to find a good balance in telling them, giving them projects and telling them what to do with that, telling them what to do.
A while ago, I was in a situation where the new person that came into the office was put into a team leader position. Even though I had been there longer, but he was much older, much more experienced, he came in as a supervisor. He had very different experience, and I can understand it's very difficult to be under somebody also and tell them how to run the business that you see or the design that you see run a certain way. But I think I rely heavily on also my supervisors and asking for them to support me. And even now, even in certain situations, hey, can you just back me up on this? I'm about to say this and this. Can you just back me up? And that's helped me.
How do you deal with difficult situations, a difficult process, or vendors who you need something from? How do you get what you want? What you need?
I've encountered many, many, many of those throughout my career. Many of those. I just told them off. I really told them off. Seriously, in Italian, at work. Yeah. But I was in a position to do so. I think the title president really poor. What are they going to do? Fire me? No, seriously.
But when you were in a different role, when you were an EVP or a role that didn't have that kind of authority, because some of we don't all have the title. Do we confront? Do we?
You do confront. You confront. You do. There is no other way. You cannot tiptoe around the situation. It doesn't get you anywhere, because the problem does not go away. You have to really go.
Do you feel like that's, because sometimes I think about that being a little bit counterintuitive in terms of how women are usually socialized to be successful as a woman. And it's like you're sort of taught absorb, go along with it, help. How do you how do you get in front of that and cultivate the courage or the skills to confront? I mean, it depends on how what culture you were raised in and how your family was, but I think there is to be a successful woman, it's often about pleasing others, making room, not being too loud. Is that something that you consciously flipped? Or it just in front of you?
really depends on the situation. I had to fire so many people in my career, and that's always difficult. Really, really, really difficult. And that's one of those situations, you know.
Yeah, I go back to trying
It's
to
like
take out the
me.
emotion.
Oh my God, it's so difficult. You do it in writing, you do it in front of them. It's horrible. It really is horrible.
Has it ever gone well?
How does it go well when you hire somebody?
Well, sometimes it's like they knew also.
Oh, nobody ever expects. So it's always very, very difficult. It's one of the worst things is to fire somebody. And then you're always afraid if they are like behind the door, they're going to kill you. No, seriously. Seriously. Because my office, I was in Edison, New Jersey. It was like totally isolated and I work until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And it's like totally deserted, you know what I mean? So it was always like watching my back whenever I would go out at night.
Well, if they were murderers, it's good that you fired them.
Yeah, just think about it. They were like, one of the guy was like, he collected guns, you know what I mean?
God.
So it's like you never know. When
Right.
you fire somebody, you never know what they're going to do, you know? So it's a really uncomfortable situation when you have to let somebody go, when you have to confront somebody. There is no happy thing, you know, unless you're like heartless. I'm not that person. Yeah.
The difference between having a confrontation of a person versus a confrontation down. And I think separate the emotion, try to have a logical conversation with people who come around, be logical with you.
Yeah.
That is the best. Having a conversation in the other direction, I this idea of confrontation in sort of a scolding way, I don't like it, but I think it's about how do you let the other person understand that they are better than them, and how do you let them understand that as professionals we need to be better than them. So that I'm not making them feel bad. They understand the gravity of the situation. They realize, on their own, did they drop the ball or what could have been done differently? Or also putting yourself in their shoes and saying, all right, well, this is how I perhaps dropped the ball also. But just, and I haven't had to fight. So I'm lucky I haven't gotten to that.
I cannot count in my life. Many.
I know the theme is sort of mentoring, so can you, in an example, can you talk a little bit about mentoring you received or mentoring you wish you received? Or like what mentoring has looked like to you on the receiving end?
I think at some point I said, I want to mentor and I wanted to like have somebody stand up and say, I'll be your mentor or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
Right, I think you said there are a lot of people who you have had mentors in the office who didn't know they were your mentor.
Yeah.
There's no
Yes, exactly. No, okay.
secret mentor.
Yeah. You just watch and you observe.
Yeah.
Right? And a mentor can be just somebody who challenges you where you admire their whatever that it is that they have, and then you channel it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is how this person may have behaved in this situation, and I really admire that. Let me channel a little bit of that. Oh, okay, I have my own version of it.
All right, I think we're wine. If there's anything else, anyone else wants to share, say, observe, thank you both for sharing. Oh, thank you.